In today's video, it's all about the design for the mugs that I promised I would make for Footprints Animal Sanctuary in a video about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. So here it is. Hi guys, welcome back to my little channel here in my little studio. Today I'm going to be showing you how I complete and make mugs. Well, not the mugs themselves, but the patterns on them, the design. I'm doing this on behalf of the Footprints Animal Charity because I said I would, in my previous video a few weeks ago, create some mugs for them to sell in their shop to raise funds for their charity. So today I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. I'll show you what I use, the products I use, and the process I use to create these mugs, and hopefully you'll enjoy the process, and I hope fingers crossed, they turn out okay on the mugs. So the images I'm going to be using today are ones that I've painted over the last couple of weeks or so. So I've got Edgar the turkey. If you've seen the video, then you'll know who Edgar is. We have, I think, Mrs. P, that was the female. So those two are going to go on a mug together. We've also got one of the goats, which I loved the goats. So he's going to go on his own because I think he's just nice on his own. The pigs, I've done two pigs here so that one lying down and the other standing up. Slightly different shades so that they contrast with each other. Hopefully they'll go together. And I just did a quick daisy thing there to be able to put in the grass with perhaps the goat or even the turkeys. So these are the images I'll be using, and I will now go ahead and show you how I create the mugs. Hi guys, I have now scanned in the images, and as you can see, I've got lots of other images here from other mugs that I have made, which I will show you later, those. So now I want to try and make something with the ones I've got. So what I could do with, what I need to find really is open a new file onto it, and let me find the right size. This is my size. It's about 9 by 4 for a mug in inches. And what I generally like to do is give them, I'd like to give them a background colour sometimes, just one that fades away, because that's what I've done with the others, just to make them stand out a little bit. So what we're going to do now is find, and we have to put a square in for, just to be able to do this, what I wanted to do, which is what I generally do. Put the square in, and then we find a colour. Now we're going to use the blur gallery and field blur for this particular thing that I like to do, and then I'm going to probably take it up to about 195 to 40 maybe, something like that. Maybe a little bit more. So like, no, a bit higher. That looks better. Actually, we'll do an A4, probably landscape, I think, and we'll bring that in because what I'm going to do is bring the pigs in first. Let's just turn it round. I could do this better really than this, but you know. I could do it better than that, but so we'll do that then. And what I'm going to do is, got the layers, that one there. I'm going to click on the object here, Command copy and Command paste, And then hopefully, if I go back onto that, we'll be able to get rid, let's see that, perfect. So we can get rid of that. Now we've got this pig free now from its background. We can just shrink him a bit, move him out of the way. And we're going to do the same with, I think, all the animals. We've printed off the goat and that seems to be okay. Well, hopefully we'll see when we actually put it on a mug. We can't tell really until that point. Now we're on this part again where we got the blue on the image. Now I'm not sure whether this blue might be too dark once it prints it out, but we'll have a go. So I've put a piggy on here, moved him around a little bit, and I'll get the other piggy, which is on the animal motifs again. So command copy and command paste on this page. And then we've got, now what I might have to do, because I might move this over a little bit like that. That might be fine. Now I'm going to put him, he's going to have to sort of ascend to the back. No, I can't do that. I just thought because I've got the background colour, so what I'll have to do is do her and bring her to the front. Let's bring this little girl piggy to the front. There we go. Now I think they're quite nice like that actually. I think that looks quite nice. Just those two like that on their own. Looks nice. It's a shame I couldn't get any shading to go under that. I don't think I could have saved that. What I could do is try and put some shade in myself here. That, just a little bit. Let's find a colour for it. Just a darker blue, something like that. And let's have a go at, and let's make it the opacity quite low, and let's have a go now. That's better. Yep, that's better. We'll leave it at that, that's good. So what we're going to do now is just have a go at printing this out and just see what happens. So let's see if it might be too dark. So we're just going to have again. Now we've got printer manages colours. We just want one copy to try. Because sometimes you have Photoshop managing colours, but that doesn't always work out as well. Sometimes the printer's slightly better to use. So we'll have a go at printing and I'll be back in a minute. This is my sublimation printer that I use. It's actually not officially a sublimation printer, but it's the cheapest way of doing it as far as I could see. This is the Eco Tank and this is the ET2810. And all I've done, instead of actually, when you buy these, instead of putting the ink in that comes with it, I've just bought sublimation ink and put that in it instead. You can do that with these because they are obviously not cartridges, so you can do that. The issue you have with doing this, it's fine if you've got an Office, Microsoft Office, something like that. If you're using a Windows computer, you should be fine really. The problem comes as when you're using it with a Mac, because the official sublimation printers that are generally used by Epson don't really go well with a Mac at all. The colours are totally out, and I still have the same problem doing it this way with the colours, but it's a cheaper way of doing it. So even though I've got backgrounds of blue and I've got colours of whatever colour the animals and things are, they might not turn out exactly the same. But because it's on a morgue, and as long as they turn out okay. I'm happy. I mean, if you've got to really be precise with your colours, this is probably not a good way of going about it. So I'm just going to put an ordinary sheet of paper in first. Okay, the image has turned out. It's nice. I like the image. I like that. I think that's really good. I'm going to do the same with the turkeys, and I don't not want to bore you with that one as well. And once I've done them and taken them, they're pretty upstairs to the room to show you what we do next. Okay, I've got my 3 mugs here, the 3 images I've got to try out. I've also done ones for coasters, and I decided with all of the images to give them a slightly bluey background, so it'll be like a bluey, slightly purpley background. These are the ones I've done for the coasters, and the goat has now got a blue background, which, there he is, he's got a blue background. That's what we're going to do there. The pigs, as we saw before, I've got a blue background, a sort of bluey, it might be purpley, well that's how it comes out, but there we go. And I've done obviously the coasters for those as well. The turkey's got slightly darker bluey background, so hopefully they all come out blue with their coasters too. So we'll do the coasters separately, but for now we're going to do these. And as I do, what I generally do is I've got a template, I'll move them out of the way, that I follow by, and I find the simplest way of doing this is by using this template. Right, so we're going to take this image and we want, this is heat resistant tape that we use here. So we're going to attach that like that onto the mug, that way round. So we're going to put, there we go, that's one bit, and there's the other bit. Now it's pretty snug anyway, so I don't think it's going to need anything more than that. Okay, now what I've done, I've also got some sublimated initials of my name that will cut out on to go on the base of the mug. Because it's sublimated all around it, I can put my own initials on it. Obviously you do them in reverse so that they will turn out the right way. So I'll put that on there, and again we'll cut a little bit here to stick on. Just stick it down on the base. Now I've got, what I will use now is some like, it's like parchment paper really. This is actually a cricket one. It's called butcher paper, and I'm sure parchment paper would work just the same, but as long as it's heat resistant paper, that's the main thing. I'll cut that off. And all this does, we put this underneath here, and we'll put some all around the mug as well. It just stops it from, you know, if any ink comes out and leaks, it stops it damaging your mug press. Now I do all mine on just one mug press, because it's not like I'm a manufacturer. We've got that bit done, and we want, it's a bit mucky, I think we'll have a better piece than that now. Okay, all these 3 mugs are now ready to go into the mug press, and fingers crossed we'll see what they turn out like. This is the mug press I use. It's a Cricket mug press. You can get other ones, you can get cheaper ones to be honest than this, but it's just handy because it's automatic really. I just put the mug in and it automatically calculates how long it needs and it times it. At the top here there is little light that's on, and you'll find above that there's little lights that will come on when you put it in to let you know when it's done. So I'm just waiting for this to heat up, and once it's heat up we'll put one in and we'll see what it turns out like. Right, the heat press is now on green, so it's ready to go. At this point I wrap some silicone around the mugs because the mug needs to fit snugly within the heat press, and sometimes the heat presses give it a little bit wobble, then it won't set right and it will not, the picture image will not be very good, so that's why I use the silicone. The mug press is beeping at me, so it's time to get it out. Well, I think that's turned out rather nice actually. You can see that from there, but that's turned out rather nice. So that's the piggies one done. So we'll leave that there to cool down, and we'll put another one in now. A bit of potluck, so I'm not sure which is which. So let's put these in, and when the other two are done, I'll show you again. Okay, we're back in the studio now, and we're just going to do some coasters. I've cut out, they don't have to be perfectly round, and we're going to lay them on, and we're going to fasten them on again, similar to what we did before with the mugs. And then you've got them like that. I shall do the rest with all these, and what we'll be doing it on a flat press. It's a flat bed, and you can use the other ones that slide across, which are flat, which are probably better, but this works just as well. You can use this for t-shirts and everything else too, so it has its uses. Okay, whilst the coasters are cooling down, unlike the mugs, we need to leave those a little while before we peel them off, because else they might run, so we just leave them a little while. But now I'm sort of like, I suppose you could say, dressing the mugs. So and then that's all I do to them then. What I'll do is I'll show you what I have done before. So let me just take you over. I'll just leave that one there a minute and show you. These are my mugs that I sell on Etsy. As you see, we've got a few different designs here. From cats, even spiders with skulls, so I like to try different things. This is a bit dark down here, so I'm not sure what you're going to see with these. We've got birds, and they've got the coasters of course as well. So we've got the coasters with these. I mean, I don't do coasters with them all, I just usually generally do one or two because they're ceramic coasters and they're quite expensive. But all these can be found on my Etsy shop, and the link will be below if you wish to buy them. The ones I'm doing now, of course, for the footprint spots, they will also end up in my Etsy shop at some point, where I will sell them and also donate some of the profits to the charity. So I'll just continue dressing these little things, and then we should be ready to unveil to see if anything's happened with the coasters. A couple of them I'm a little bit concerned about. There they are waiting to be unwrapped. I'm a little concerned about a couple of them because I did cut the circle a bit too small, so it might leave a mark, in which case I might have to, well, they'll be ruined coasters and I'll just have to do some more. But we'll have a look and we'll see in a moment. Okay, these are still very hot, hence I've got a glove on to hold them. But now, I think what it's best to do is actually use a knife to get the sellotape off these, because they are fiddly. Really fiddly. So It doesn't matter if you scratch the bottom because we've got cork to go on the bottom of these, so it's not going to affect the look of it. Let's have a look what we've got. Let's see what we've... Oh, nice. That has turned out rather nice. So that's the piggy ones done. I shall reveal the rest. I'll show you when I've taken them off. Right, okay, we've completed now. The coasters, well, I did 2 of each, and as you can see, the piggy ones have turned out lovely, especially when you've got a cork back on them as well. They look really nice, and they go really nice with the mug to sit on. The goat one again, beautiful. That's turned out lovely, and again with the backing. They are so worthwhile having these. They're so nice to do. Now, I said there might be a problem with one of them, which was the turkeys, and there is. As you can see from this, the edges on there, because it was too short, the paper, I cut it too short. It's left sort of more of a raggedy mark around the edge of them, which is not very attractive particularly. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's just not what I would sell. I wouldn't sell them like that. That was probably a better one to show you, that it's not really nice to see that. So I will redo those. So we've come to the end of this little video now. I've shown you how these mugs and coasters were made, and I hope you've enjoyed the process and understand the time and effort that goes into making each one, as they're not manufactured, they're handmade, so there's a lot of work goes into them. But of course, if you're going to make some for yourself, then it's a lot of pleasure in doing it also. Back next week to our normal resume, so to speak, of going places out and about. I think the last couple of videos have been very much geared towards perhaps males, although there's a lot of females that do like them too. So, and I will do some more, let's say, pretty videos in the future, but for now I love these reenactment ones, and these ones that do engines and machines and things. They're just interesting, so I hope even if you are a lady who isn't really into that kind of thing, I hope you find them enjoyable like we do. So I'll see you then for the next one. Keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like my channel. It certainly helps us get out and about and do these for you. So thank you. Bye.